We're live. Yay. Okay, we are live. Okay, we are live. Okay, we are live. Alright. You see. I don't share my screen now. No, it's set. All right. Well, hopefully you can hear me and everything's going right. So what I wanted to do is it was brought to my attention, okay. I was explaining what I do to a friend of mine and he was getting confused. So this live is all about your mind, your results, and your life. So we truly were born rich. This is Bob Proctor's book, You Were Born Rich. And we were born rich. We were just taught how to think poor. So like it says, it's time. So make your life urgent. It's time to transform your dreams into reality, your goals into achievements, and your thinking into results. Okay, so what I wanted to explain was how the mind works and how it relates to your results and your life, because your mind controls everything, okay, your subconscious mind. So I want to give, my name's Andy, and I am a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant. I'm a personal development coach. And what I do is I help people find peace, hope, and inspiration, regardless of your past. It doesn't matter what your past is, you start again. You can start right now if you want. We have the ability to change. So regardless of your past and regardless of what happened, you have the ability to change. And so what I do is I help and empower people. I help them through a specific time-tested process to help you change your limiting beliefs and your habits and achieve an extraordinary life that you want. Okay, so we think in pictures. And so that's what I was explaining to my friend, is that without pictures, every thought that we have is a picture. Okay, so you think of your car, a picture comes on the screen in your mind, you picture a house comes up. So we think in pictures, but if you have a picture of, I got confused because of what it sounded complicated, but what we do is really not complicated. It's very simple. And so what else I do is I help bring the complicated and I make it simple. Okay, so we think in pictures, and so without a picture, it causes confusion, it causes doubt, it causes you have more understanding with the picture. So I'm going to be sharing pictures. It inspired me to my friend Wayne. Yes, hi Wayne. You're on. Inspired me to use the slides to show you. So tonight's live is about that. And I'm here to help you. And I want to help as many people as I can. So that's why I'm live. All right, so how this works, okay? So in order to create success, okay, there's two things you need to know. Okay, you have to know where you're going, to know where you are, and you have to know where you're going and then get going in that direction. Okay. And it's very simple, it's obvious. And so why are so many people stuck? Well, a lot of times they think it's goals. I don't have any goals, or I have a goal, I can't get to the goal. But it's not about goals, actually. What it is why people are stuck. It's right here. It starts where you are. And I don't mean physically, but where are you mentally? You know, stop and think about, where are you? What's your life? What's your results? And what's going on? So this is all about you, and it's all about going on inside, because it's an inside job. So all of our results are a reflection of what's going on inside. But you know, we were programmed to live from the outside in. What we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, and we go by that. We're conditioned. So here is where we are. And so what keeps us stuck are paradigms. Okay. So what are paradigms? You know, what are paradigms, and how do you change them? How are they created? And how do you change them? Okay. So first, what are paradigms? Okay, what are they? The paradigm is a multitude of habits in your subconscious mind, okay? And they're other people's habits. They were put there by whoever raised you, okay? In whatever environment you were in, they were going right into your subconscious mind, and they were going in over and over and over again, okay? So, and they were passed on from generation to generation. So we are the product of someone else's habitual way of thinking. So if you take a look at what your life is, take a look at things that you do automatically, you don't even think about it, or things that you do, you know, it's like, oh, we always did that. Well, my mother did that. My grandmother did that. Oh, my dad's father did that. You know, it's passed on from generation to generation. And here we are trying to do things. And it's like, ooh, you're programmed. That's what I'm saying. We are programmed to do what we do. So paradigms literally control the life of most people. Okay, most of the time. They're in control. So here's paradigms in control. Okay, so we think in pictures. Right? So everything's energy. We live on frequencies. Everything's energy, and we live on frequencies. Okay, everything's a frequency. And this is how it works. Okay. Let these lines represent levels of vibration. Okay. So there are, and then the levels of vibration are referred to as frequencies, and there are trillions and trillions of frequencies playing right now. We just can't see them. You know, we're on the same frequency now. Okay. We are, if you go on a cell phone, you can dial a number and you're on the frequency of whatever number you push, okay? There are movies playing, there's music playing, there's all kinds of things going on. We can't see them, they're invisible, okay? They're frequencies. So we live on frequencies. We think on frequencies. So here we go. So this is going to give you a picture of what's going on here, okay? So these puffy clouds, these white puffy clouds are your thoughts and your feelings today, okay? These are your results, okay? So this is your goal, this is what you want, this is what you're having, way up here, okay? This is your big goal, you have no idea how you're gonna get it. You're like, oh, I want that, it's your dream. And so you make a decision to go up to get it, but you still have this conditioning back here with your current thoughts and your feelings, okay? Your conditioning. So what we have to do now is to bring your level of awareness up into the frequency of your goal. Okay, so there's a gap here. And that's what I do, is I help close that gap. So this is how it works. So first of all, think about, what do you want? Okay, what do you really want? Did anybody ever ask you that? I've had clients that I've met with, the very first time I met with them, and I was like, well, you know, what do you dream about? What do you really want? What is it that, if you could have anything, you know, take away the how, don't think about how you're going to do it, but what do you dream about when you walk around? Yeah, what do you want? And they're like, wow, nobody ever asked me what I wanted. Nobody ever asked me that I could drink. You know, and the thing is that we don't allow ourselves to have what we really want. We settle. We settle for what we think we can get, and we settle for what we're programmed to have. Yeah, we're programmed to have what's in our life. So if you want something different, allow yourself to have what you truly want. Whose life are you living? Are you living someone else's life? I know for myself, I lived my parents' life and my family. I lived my parents' life for years, years and years and years. And I changed it, and I teach this material now. I changed it by doing this, studying this material, Bob Proctor's material, other people's material, and I've changed my programming. So it's like, no, I'm going to create my own life. So if you want to create your own life, or you want to add to your life, and you want to make it greater, you know, you have to change programming. So what do you want? That's the first thing, because it's a GPS. If you go out and if you don't know what you want, it's kind of hard to, you know, if you got in your car and you didn't know where you were going, what would you do? You go out of the driveway, wouldn't know which way to go. It's like, oh, I think I'll go this way. You know, I think I'll go west. Well, you can go west, but you never get there because you keep going west. It never ends. It's like, go west. So what do you want? You want to be specific too. Allow yourself to think about what you want, because it's true. If you can imagine it, you can have it. And that is the truth. Okay, so we think in pictures. Like I said earlier, we think in pictures. So we think of your car comes up. Think of the feather, you know? So what does your mind look like? Right? Well, we don't have a picture of the mind. Most people think of the brain, but the brain's just an electronic switching station. It's not your mind. So once I learned this, oh my gosh, it really opened up the doors for me, because then I learned how the mind works and how things happen. So here's the mind. Okay, we call this a stick person. This is a stick person. Okay, we use this in all things Bob Proctor. I use it all the time. Okay, so. And once you see this, you'll understand it. Once you have an understanding of something, it doesn't have that much hold over you. So you'll learn, once you learn how you work, you know how the rest of the world works. So this is the mind and this is the body. The top circle is larger than the body, because up until now, we've given all of our attention to our physical results and our physical body. And now we're going to talk about the mind. So this is the mind. It's divided into two parts, okay? The mind is, we have many parts of the mind, but for what we're doing, we're only going to talk about two: conscious mind and the subconscious. So there's the conscious mind, and the bottom part's the subconscious mind. We're going to make this very easy for you. Okay, so hopefully after this little webinar thing, this little, after me being on here, you'll have a better understanding of how your mind works and how you can start to change your mind right now to attract what it is that you want. So this is the law of vibration, the law of attraction that the movie The Secret we talked about, okay? This is how it works. They don't tell you how it works in the movie The Secret like this, okay? So the conscious mind is our thinking mind. The subconscious mind is our emotional mind. So that's our thinking mind. That's where all of our free will and awareness, that's where we have the ability to think. Okay. We can originate our thoughts there. It's an educated mind. We can make decisions. So the emotional mind, that's our feeling mind. Okay? That's the storehouse of our mind. That's where all of our conditioned beliefs are. That's where our memories, and that's where our self-image is stored. And the self-image dictates our life, really. But so anyway, that's what the subconscious mind does. So you choose your thoughts in your conscious mind. And when you choose your thoughts and you accept your thoughts, you automatically give it to your subconscious mind, and your thoughts cause your feelings, okay? So feelings, I showed earlier, the vibration and the levels of vibration. Feelings, just a word we gave it to. I'm consciously aware of the vibration I'm in, which you would never say that, but maybe you would. But your thoughts cause your feelings, okay? And your feelings, the vibration goes into your body, it causes you to act. Your feelings are expressed in actions, okay? It causes you to do something. And it causes your results, which is your life, okay? You wanted something different in your life, you need to change your thoughts and feel something different. That's what we do. Help you do that. So well, how do I do that? Right? Let me explain some more. So here we have the mind and the body again. Right? So we have been conditioned to read and interpret the world through our physical senses. We see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. So they're hardwired on our conscious mind like little antennae. They're always on. They never shut off. They're always on. Now, we're conditioned to see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. So however you're programmed is what you're going to see. And however you hear, whatever you do. We could be looking at the same thing and see a totally different thing. So now, there's a better way to influence our thinking, and that's through our intellectual faculties, our creative mental muscles. Okay? And so that's perception, will, imagination, memory, intuition, and reason. I'll go over a couple of them. Perception's your ability to, it's how you view things. How do you view things? So your paradigm is right here in the subconscious mind. The will is your ability to focus to the exclusion of all outside distractions. Now, we all have a will. It's a power that moves to and through us. It's just energy. It's not positive or negative. We make it that way. Okay, it's just energy. And so the will, everybody has a will. How do you direct it? How do you direct that energy? How do you focus? Where do you focus? Do you focus on what you want or what you don't want? Focused on what's working or what's not working? And imagination. And the imagination is the tool. It's the workshop of the mind. Everything starts with your imagination. Okay? So everything, you had to imagine a computer. Somebody had to imagine a chair. Somebody had to imagine. Everything started with imagination. So start using your imagination right now for what you want instead of what you don't want. Memory, everything. Everybody has a perfect memory. It's just good memories and bad memories. We have bad memories. Strong memories. Okay, bad memory. No, there's weak memories and strong memories, and we are programmed to remember what went wrong or what is bad. Okay. Intuition is your ability to pick up the energy of other people. But sometimes you say, I don't know about that. I have a good feeling about that, right? That's intuition. And reason is your ability to think. And we're the only creatures on the planet that we know of that can think. So most people don't know how to think. Okay, they think they're thinking, but mental activity is not thinking. Okay, and most people, you ask, take a look around at the people around you. Okay, if they were thinking, they would never say what they would say, and they would never do what they do. Like, really? Did you just say that? I know. I have people close to me. It's like, really? All right, well, it's obvious you're not thinking, or you would never have said that. So, yes, I'm going kind of fast here. So that is the mind and how it works, okay? So your conscious mind, let me go at the subconscious mind, whatever you give in your conscious mind, the thoughts, you give it to the subconscious mind, and it creates the vibration in your body, and it causes you to act, and then you get the results that you want. Okay, which is success in your life, success in all areas, not just one, all areas. So an example would be, imagine being in love. I love this one. One of my mentors, Phil, taught me this one. Okay. So imagine being in love. Yeah. Oh my God. Just think about it. When were you in love? Okay. I mean, or you thought you were in love or something like that. So yeah, oh my gosh. So you accepted that. You're like, yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love. So you go to the store and something happens, like you go to Starbucks and get your order wrong, and you're like, it's all right, whatever. I'm in love. I'm in love. So you're walking around all day long. You're like, oh my God, this is so great. I can't wait till later. Or so you're in love. You have these feelings of love and you're going about your day. So by the end of the day, you're like, wow, I had a really good day. So why did you have a really good day? Because you had loving thoughts all day. You were in love all day. So that's how it works. And the same other way is that if someone like, say like you know, somebody criticizes you, say, yeah, you're just stupid or whatever it is, right? And you accept that idea, you give it to the subconscious mind. It's like, yeah, you're right. And so like you have these low level icky feelings, it goes into your body, it causes you to do something, okay, and gets the results you don't want. So I know for myself, I was pretty pounded as early in life, okay. I had a lot of negative stuff going on, and I accepted it. They're like, oh, you can't do this, and it was negative. And so I accepted it. And so it went into my subconscious mind and it produced a feeling, right? And it was a crap, it was not a good feeling. I'll back this up, vibration here, vibration. So my body was operating in a not good feeling. I did not have a very high self-esteem at all. And what did I do? I drank and died to drugs. I'm 20 years sober. June will be 21 years. So that's what happened. I acted, and then I got results. I got terrible results. I almost died. My health, it was, that's another story. That's part of my story. But now I got sober, and now I teach this material to help other people. Okay, to help you. I want to help you. I'm going to help you move forward. Okay, so this is the stick person, and this is how you work. Everyone on the planet works like this. Everybody has these intellectual mental muscles. We've heard of them, but we're not taught how to use them. And that's what I do. I help you learn how to master these intellectual mental muscles, okay, to change your paradigm to whatever you want, to match the goal that you want, okay? So that's the lesson for today. So you can have whatever you want. You can be, do, and have whatever you want. It's just a matter of how you're programmed. When you change the programming, your whole life changes. So that is what happens. So this is all about you. And when you start to study you and you start to change you, your whole world changes. And the only one that can bring about a change in your life is you. So nobody can do it for you, but you can't do it alone. It doesn't work well. Okay, so that's where I come in. I come here to help you. So DM me, contact me, let me know what your goal is, let me know what's going on, and I'll help you out. All right, have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.